What up, players? Today I got this video. It's the return of Nick Diaz, baby. You know what it is. So he asked his manager, what's the chance of him coming back? And he said 99.9999% sure he will in 2021. So, you know what I had to do? Who is he gonna fight? To be honest, it's kind of tough, no, because you don't know if they're gonna be like, is Nick Diaz, we gonna make a big fight for him, or is Nick Diaz, he hasn't fought in a while, so we're gonna make him fight, not a top guy, and then if he wins, then we'll go from there. So you don't know which direction they're going, so it's kind of hard to choose an opponent for him. So I chose both categories. I don't know if I should. Alright, I'll show you guys one by one. First guy on the list, we got, obviously, the most anticipated Masvidal. We all know why. Obviously, he beat Nate Diaz in a fight that really shouldn't have counted because Nate would have won. But at the end of the day, the W's on Masvidal's side. And Nick said he was mad. He said, you know what, Masvidal, he fought my little bro. Now I want to beat him. I want to fight him. That's a dope fight, honestly. If I would see Nick Masvidal fight, I would just be glad because I know Nick is going to win. So I would be like, you know what I mean? That's a dope fight. They're going to fight. Nick's going to get the nice little revenge. And then Nick is going to take all his hype. And now he's a star again in the UFC. But yeah, honestly, I see Nick beating him. I just see him being too I don't know, I just think he's just gonna beat him. Yeah, I think that what was I gonna say, bruh? Obviously his ground game is better than Masvidal. I don't think Masvidal is gonna get in Nick Diaz's guard either, like he did in Nate's. Nick is bigger, so I think it's gonna be a little tougher for Masvidal. And yeah. So I think I like that fight for Nick. And I would choose Nick winning the fight. I'll bet some money on Nick winning that fight. So yeah, that's Masvidal right there. I think Masvidal, that's a good opponent right there, if I'm being honest. Next man up on the list, we got. Y'all let me know who y'all think he should fight in the comments, alright? Next up on the list, we got the one and only, the chosen one, Tyron Woodley. Obviously, we seen what has happened to Tyron Woodley the last few fights. He got whooped. I like Woodley, but he got whooped, bro. I'm sorry. But he's been fighting wrestlers, you know what I mean? He's been fighting wrestlers, except for Kobe, which he still is a wrestler. But he does a little more striking than Usman and stuff like that. But yeah, Woodley has fought out wrestlers. I think Nick Diaz would be a perfect fight. They were both good in back then. Be a good fight now. Woodley isn't a top guy, but he's not like I think he's ranked like what, number 6. I think that's a good spot for Nick to come in and just get a shot at coming in number 6. That's a good spot, if I'm being honest. That's like the perfect fight. That's why I think Woodley is a second option. You know what I mean? And this is kind of like, these two guys that I said, Masvidal and Woodley, are kind of like, they're top higher fighters. So that's like Dana, if he's like, all right, yeah, we'll give Diaz his kind of big fight. Obviously it's like not a number 1 fighter, top 3 guy fight, but it's Woodley and Masvidal, top fights. They're bigger names. So I think Woodley's a pretty good fight. You know, I think it's a pretty perfect fight for him just because of the way Woodley has fought and yeah, and we haven't seen Nick in a while, so you know what I mean. Next up on the list, I chose two middleweight guys just because he was at middleweight, so we don't know what weight class he's gonna come back at. I don't know how I feel about this one, but I just threw it in there. We got Kelvin Gastelum. I know you guys are probably like, what? Why would you say Gastelum? But Gastelum's a name that you know, he was kind of big until when he fought Izzy, and then he went on a losing streak. He went on a losing streak, so I think that losing streak kind of like made him less low profile. Like, people forgot his name, but I feel like people still know Gastelum, you know, because he's had that big fight with Izzy. So I feel like that would be a good, you know, I think he's ranked number 8 at middleweight. So I think that's a pretty good fight for Nick. Obviously, I see Nick winning. I see Nick winning all these fights that I'm putting up on here, by the way. So yeah, Gastelum. That's just a stepping stone for Nick, to be honest with you. So yeah, that would be nice, you know. Nick Diaz comes back, gonna fight Gastelum. He beats Gastelum. What is that gonna mean? Oh, you know, he beat Gastelum. Gastelum is a good fighter, you know. You know, so it'll give him a good you know, make him go up a little bit. Even though Gastelum hasn't won like a lot of recent fights, but his name is still his name still got a little clout behind it. Nick just gonna take that shit though. No cap. Hopefully I didn't see my list, but all right. Next up on the list, we got Uriah Hall. Yeah, striker. We saw him fight Anderson Silva. He didn't look that bad, honestly. But he don't want no smoke with Nick, if I'm being honest with you. I think Nick comes back and he'll beat him, but this is assuming he comes back at middleweight. But Uriah, you know, Uriah Hall, good matchup. You know, they're both, they like to stand up. You know, that's a more interesting fight. Cause you know Nick, you try to wrestle with Nick. Like, why would you try to wrestle with Nick? You know what I mean? These brothers don't like they don't like wrestling matches, bro. They like banging. You know, they like entertaining fights. So I think you know what I mean, it's a good fight. He got some clout behind his name too, cause he just beat Silva. So yeah, I think he beats Hall. Oh, Nick Diaz is right in the mix. He in the mix. You know what I mean? So that is Hall. Alright, then those were the top 4 guys that the main top 4 guys. Now the guys that I'm gonna mention now are just these guys are just kind of like, you know, like maybe he'll fight them. You know what I mean? These are the guys that I think he might fight one of these 4 guys. The guys I just mentioned: Masvidal, Woodley, Uriah Hall, and Gastelum. The guys that I think he's gonna fight one of those guys. I think especially Masvidal or Woodley, though. I think he might fight one of those, like, more higher chance. But let's get to the other guys. We got let me write this out for y'all. I'm gonna put these all together. Number 1, we got Donald Cerrone, we got Anthony Pettis, and we got Robbie Lawler. Now, start off with the boy Cowboy. Just let the boy Nick retire you. Simple. Just let him retire you, because your career is over, Cowboy. If we're being honest, it's been over. I don't know why you're still fighting, but that's besides the point. Let Nick end your career, my guy. I know y'all probably gonna be hating on me because y'all like Cowboy, but I don't care, bro. Cowboy, yeah, he's trash now. I don't care what he said. I don't care what you guys say, bro. Yeah, Cowboy Cerrone. You know, a lot of people think he's still good, or he's you know what I mean. Um, yeah, you know what I mean. He's a stand up fighter. You know what I mean. It's gonna be entertaining fights to see Nick beat the. You know what I mean. We're gonna see him beat the shit out of him, bro, just like Nate did. Right. Then we got Anthony Pettis. Now the only reason I had my doubts about Pettis is I think it's a really good fight. It would be a good matchup if they fought at welterweight. But I feel like Pettis just fought Nate, so I feel like it's kind of like I don't know if they'll both fight him, like like kind of like almost at the same time. Um, and then Robbie Lawler. Obviously, we seen Nick Diaz already fight Robbie Lawler, but I think Nick beat him. You know what I mean? Like he beat him already. Like why would they fight him again? Like it's not like he already beat him. You know what I mean? I don't know if Dana even would be like. I don't know. That's an interesting thing for Dana. Like I know Dana. I don't think he would want to run that back. Yeah. So Pettis and Cerrone is a maybe. I think I'm leaning more towards Cerrone though. Just because Pettis just fought Nate, and I think Cerrone's more of a bigger welterweight, so it's more of a good matchup. But I wouldn't mind either one. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Cerrone or Pettis fight Nick Diaz instead of Gastelum or Hall. If I'm being honest with you. But yeah, you guys let me know who you guys want to see. Cause honestly, I just want to see Nick come back, bro. Cause I know he's gonna win. Let me know who you guys are gonna think he's gonna fight up next, and if he's gonna win or not. And subscribe to your boy. Peace.